friends, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new. There is no intro to this vlog. This is probably the shortest vlog you will ever see, but I feel like I need to document this. So it starts on a Thursday and like ends on a Sunday, and there's only a few clips in there, but you can experience me experiencing Fourth Wing. So enjoy, and yeah, just bask in my trauma. Hello. So we are now on Thursday and I've not updated you on anything. I have not had, so reading wise or brain wise, my mouth has been really sore all week. As much as I would like to, I can't totally not speak at work. So, and yesterday my mouth was really sore, so I just didn't speak much at all during work, and then after work I just something to drink and then crocheted until I went to sleep. Crocheted until I went to sleep. I have finished Cross the Line by Simone Sultani. I'll be discussing that in the Sports Romance vlog. I'm undecided as to what I want to start next. We had the live show for A Shadow of What Was Lost on Tuesday, and the temptation to go into book 2 is real, but there's at least another 3 weeks until we have the live show, so I need to wait till near the time. But I want another another audiobook read. I think I'm gonna move on to something else that I can read on audio, which I don't know. I don't know if there's anything that's on my TBR that I could read audibly. Although I did want to reread Flawless last month, and I didn't get a chance to read that, so I might read that. But I have also recently been really wanting to read Fourth Wing. I was never interested in it, and I was just like, I want to stay away from the hype. But that's because we were going absolutely batshit crazy over it, and they were just like going on about how smutty it was, like the horny dragons and stuff. But the more people talk about it, the more that people mentioned that there's actually quite a lot of world building in that series, and like some politics. Although there's a debate whether or not the world building and politics and that kind of stuff is good, or whether it's done in an influential way. Either way, I'm quite intrigued to find out whether or not I will like it for that. And also Leslie from Nerdy Narrative, she's also said that when people were going on about all those horny dragons, she said it actually isn't as prominent as certain people made out that it was. I trust her recommendations. She is not one for just giving out recommendations willy-nilly, but she's really enjoying the series. And although our tastes don't fully align in everything, I will take recommendations from Leslie. It's her recommendation and her enjoyment of the series that's pushing me toward wanting to pick it up, and it is available on Everhand. So I'm very much considering that and just finishing off my crochet project whilst listening to that. When I come back, I will give you an update on what I've decided to pick up. There's not many books, if any, that I've got left to read. I can find on audio. The rest are all physical. I need to go back to my TBR to find out what else I put on there, whether there was anything from my Kindle. But either way, I can't read my Kindle and crochet at the same time. I'm deciding whether or not I want to do that, but you will find out when I come back. Hi friends, going on a Sunday. I don't know what time I'm going to officially close this vlog off, but it's only 5 o'clock and I've just sat down to do some scrapbooking, so I'm going to continue to listen to Fourth Wing. When people said Shadow Daddy, I knew what it meant, but I didn't really know how it related to, like, how, I don't know how to word this. Xaden is, like, I get the whole Shadow Daddy thing. I really do. But also, the dragons, the sass of these dragons. Right, okay, so just, when people mention, like, horny dragons, if it's about the bit that I think it's about, bitch, get a grip. Like, that's not just like, oh, dragons. See, that's part of the reason why I was put off by this, because when it was first discussed, and I mean, I should have known it wasn't ridiculously like shit because Meg likes it, but it was still people going on about how it was all about horny dragons, and it was just like, why? Is it like actual dragons and you're reading about horny dragons? Or are these books like smutty books and is this dragon a shifter? I didn't get it. I don't understand. Like, I didn't get it. But if it's about the bit that I think it's about, I'm going to message Andy and I might message Meg to see if they know. Because this is not what I expected. Okay, we're just going to go on to Violet. She is savage. She is all guns blazing, no fucks given. She will try and push herself through all the pain. It really does give the vibe of I've got a chronic illness and I'm going to push myself so far until I break, even though I know it's not something I should do. Does she need to like tone it back a bit? Because I'm like, yeah, obviously, because she's gonna really hurt herself. She has a chronic illness where her ligaments and shit, they're not good, friends. They're not good. She overexerts herself. She can literally end up like putting herself out of commission for weeks, if not months. Like, she could do some serious long-term permanent damage on top of it. But also she needs to sort of live and protect herself, because this academy, some of these people are brutal. They didn't bond with a dragon. They find someone who has. So I'm a murderer. I'ma just boop. You dead. What? Why? Why? Who? And also this, what's it called? Jack the dick. The prick. Jack is whack. He is, I don't know what part he's going to play going forward, if he even survives past the first book, but oh my god, he scares well, he did initially scare the absolute shit out of me, because we all know, like, Violet, she knows that she's got this condition that limits herself and she doesn't want to be a rider. Her mum forces her to be a rider, but she's come to the conclusion, like she's resigned herself in her head. Like, my mum calls the shots. She's a general. She tells me, you're going to be a rider, you're not going to be a scribe. Her mum is just a bitch that her mind's not going to be changed. Do you know what I mean? He's like, you're a Sorringale. Sorringale? I've heard that name so many times, and when I say it out loud it doesn't sound right. But she's like, you're part of my family. Like, no person in my family, none of my children are going to be scribes. You are all going to be riders. That's it. Like, you are carrying on my name. You will be feared as a rider. Oh, the lack of empathy her mum, and the lack of consideration her mum shows to her as a person. I really don't want a redemption arc for a mother. I really don't. But also, could you pick a more shit parent? Absolutely not. Like, do you think you should? Do I think you should mollycoddle someone with a chronic illness if they want to push themselves to a point where, if they want to better themselves and they want to keep themselves going, and you know, they don't want to just let their chronic illness be their whole thing. Like, they don't want to be known as their illness, and they want to do something with their life. Absolutely champion your child, champion your friend, whatever it is, to be the best that they can be within their limits. But the fact that she knows that because of her condition, she is even at an even bigger risk of dying. It's already a really brutal process to become a rider, and even the most fit and able and, you know, physically fit like person can die, and she sends her daughter in knowing that she is at like a further disadvantage. If it weren't for her sister, she would have been dead. Like, her sister helped her through the first trial, and Jesus Christ, like, I love her sister. Just, yeah. But Dane, I had a feeling about him from the beginning, and I know people have mentioned, like, I have read spoiler or kind of spoilery things about this because I didn't think I was going to read the book, but hearing the things and seeing the things for myself is like a totally different experience. So I've heard the name Dane before. He is the toxic protector. He is just, I don't understand. He thinks that he has to play martyr. He has to, it's not just that he feels like he protects Violet. He feels like just because she's got a chronic illness, somehow her brain doesn't function. Because she's physically disabled, it feels like that she doesn't know her own mind. Like, if she had just taken a step back for 5 seconds and asked Violet what she wanted, could have avoided, I mean, then Zayden wouldn't have been. Even so, even if they were just going to be friends and Dane wanted to be that best friend and it was just going to be kept at that level, the fact that he's such a rule follower, and I get it, but also don't tell me you care for someone and then don't listen to their opinions, don't listen to what they're trying to tell you, don't listen to what they actually need. Don't tell me you care for someone and then just totally act like that, because you can't. Sorry if the angle's changed. My camera seems to only want to film in 10-minute increments now. Yeah, so the dragons, the way that he just popped into her head and she was like, oh my god, we're bonded. She finds out who a dragon is. we see her character growth as the story progresses as well. Like I said, there'll be plot holes, probably, and it's not the best written thing in the world, it's really not, but I really am so glad that I put Corpile and stopped using Corpile, and that I could rate things more on the vibes, because if I was to sort of go away and like critically break this down afterwards, I mean, I'd probably do what I always did and change the numbers anyway, but I just don't feel like it really is an accurate portrayal of how I feel about this book, how I feel about Violet and Xaden. And I don't care if Dane has reasons for being how he is. I don't want a redemption from him either. He is what he is. Like, I don't want people, I would be worried, I'm worried that she may cop out and give Dane a redemption arc and be like, the reason he was so overprotective of her is because someone like did this when he was younger, and like, oh, he doesn't have anyone protecting him because he's got an absent father or something, so then he became Violet's friend when they were younger, and then became someone that he needed to protect. I don't know, and like I don't like that, because that doesn't justify him being a dick. It really doesn't. Liam is just such a sweetheart. He's there to protect her, and they start off at this relationship where he's just there to protect her because Xaden said so. Then they become like, you could tell, like, genuinely care for each other, like friends. They're gonna be friends. So yeah, I'm gonna go back and listen to that now. I'm probably gonna give this 5 stars, but I'm also really worried about book 2.
You get so alone, sometimes it starts to make sense. On this side of paradise, we're never concerned when the grass always greener on the other side of the screen. And misery set her sights on the likes of you and me. When arrows of love you pulled from my chest, when white mask of tragedy ties ribbons round our necks, and then shadows are cast over beds that we've made, and you start to forget why you came to this place. Then you go break their hearts, they don't know who you are as you lie in the dark. Do you know what you want?
Well, that was an interesting way to end the vlog. Just for the vibes alone, 5 stars. I was very skeptical about the book. I never yucked anybody's yum for liking it. I'm not that kind of person. I just didn't want to get pulled into the hype, and I was just, like I said before, I was very dubious about going into it, just given the reviews and things I've seen. And this just once again goes to show that I really should not really think about things like that, and I should just make my own mind up about things, because everything was just intense. And I do understand, I really genuinely do understand people's criticism. Like, I'm still scrapbooking as we talk, and I'm doing the background in my scrapbook. I do understand people's reservations, criticisms. I do get it. I do think that even some of the people that were talking about it have misrepresented the book in a way. Not everybody. The over concentration on like the horny dragons. Don't get me wrong, the dragons, they are characters in their own right. They are wonderful beings in this book, and I cannot wait to get onto book 2 so I can see more of the dragons. Although if I remember rightly from some of the reviews, the dragons aren't in book 2 that much, or is it that they're not in book 3 that much? Yeah, I can't wait to see more of these dragons. I do worry about things going downhill from here, because you do get your die-hard fourthwing Imperium fans that have given all of them like really high ratings, but then there's those people that gave book 1 5 stars and then the rest of the series has not been that great for them. So we'll see where I fall within this, but I really do think this is a brilliant book, and it definitely 100% deserves the hype, and I can't wait to go on to book 2. If I wasn't working and didn't have to get some sleep, then I would go straight on to book 2. None of these were on my TBR for this month at all, but I've just been sat here doing my scrapbooking while I've been listening and been having the best time. My head is scrambled. I need to take a breath. I feel so sorry for Andy. When things started ramping up, I was just word vomit. I'm gonna go. So thank you very much for watching. If you do like me and you want to see more of me, please like, comment, subscribe, to all good stuff. If you're here and you let me know you don't have anything to say, please leave a black heart, very much appreciated. And I'll see you in whatever comes next, because I need a break. I need process.